Good morning, everybody. Today's adventure takes us to Seaworld Orlando. They actually have a couple new things here. They reopened the Antarctica realm, so we'll go check that out. There's a new parade that we're going to hopefully check out, and maybe a couple of the shows. See some of the other really cool animal exhibits that they have here, and we'll see what else we can find. So come along. This year, actually, SeaWorld is celebrating the 60th anniversary, and they have really cool merchandise. You have your t-shirts for the 60th. There's a bag. This plate is actually new. It has like retro design on it. Notepads, cups, spirit jerseys, stuffed animals. There's a really, really nice Precious Moment statue. Hard to see with the sun and stuff, but you have your spirit jerseys, and then you actually have kids' clothes, different tops. A really nice baseball style jersey. It says 60 on the back of it, or 64 for when the park actually opened. The Antarctica realm in SeaWorld Orlando just reopened. Looks like there's a new gift shop that they built. The viewing area for the penguins is open, so we'll go check that out. The original Glacial Collections is still here, but they redid a lot of the restaurant. They have all new foods inside the restaurant. It looks like there's a new bar, and the entrance for Penguin Trek is here, but it's currently still not open. They've been testing it frequently, but it's still got a little ways before they open up the new roller coaster here in SeaWorld. Looks like there's going to be a separate entrance for the penguin exhibit, but doesn't look like that's open yet either, so we'll have to come back and check that out a little later on. We're going to go over and check out the new gift shop, though, so let's go check that out in a second. So as of right now, they're just using this as the penguin exhibit entrance, and then once Penguin Trek opens up, they'll actually use probably most of this as the queue for the roller coaster and just have the separate entrance for the penguins itself. The roller coaster will be letting out into the penguin exhibit just like the old Antarctica Empire of the Penguin attraction did, but it'll just be a roller coaster now. Looks like they redid the pre-show video that was in here for the old attraction too. It was actually nighttime here in the penguin exhibit. They actually simulate daytime to nighttime just like it would be in the Antarctica region. You can see a lot of the penguins in the back there huddled up, and then there's actually some swimming, but it's kind of difficult to see them in the dark. I'm guessing the roller coaster is going to let out here as well once it's finished. It said spring for Penguin Trek, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I know there was a couple of delays with it, so hopefully it'll be open sooner than later. But they have been actively testing the roller coaster. Hopefully we'll get to see that today too. There's a better shot of the penguins swimming in the water. I like the penguin that's all the way up on the top, all by himself above everybody's heads. It's really nice to be able to see the penguins back in this exhibit rather than in the Wild Arctic exhibit, which is what it was for the past few months. They still have the underwater viewing area here at the end of the exhibit. But like I said, it's still nighttime, so it's very difficult to see the penguins. But now, instead of just going outside, you actually exit into the new gift shop, which we'll go check out in just a second. Looks like there is actually a new elevator over here as well for wheelchairs or anybody who needs assistance with stairs. I don't remember if this was here when Antarctica originally closed, but it's really nice that they kind of updated everything. The revolving doors are gone, which is nice because those things always stop when you walk through them. But they do have a new system where the doors have to close so that way the penguins can't escape into this area. But we'll go check out the gift shop in just a second, and we'll see what else is new in this park today. So this is Glacial Supply. This is the new retail store that just opened up at the exit to the penguin exhibit and eventually Penguin Trek when the roller coaster opens up. Looks like there is some new merchandise in here. It's all, of course, penguin themed. I actually really like these new Antarctica shirts. Those are really cool. Really nice design. You have Christmas ornaments, children's clothes, stuffed animals, hats, toys, everything with penguins. You can even get slippers for the kids and for adults that make you look like you have penguin feet. Sea tail blankets, kids' clothes, more stuffed animals, giant rubber toys. That's a new SeaWorld Loungefly. I like the little fish on it. It's super cute. And then you have statues, a couple of vintage style shirts. And then, of course, all the stuffed animals of every shape and size and color of penguin that you can imagine. Even a giant penguin you can take home. South Pole Sips is the new bar that they opened up over here. And then the Expedition Cafe is still here, but they actually redid some of the menu. There's not Italian food anymore, which is interesting. There is pizza, but there is also like Asian cuisine and a couple of other new options. On the other side of Antarctica, this is where Penguin Trek actually exits the show building and starts making its way around Antarctica. I don't know if they're doing any testing today, but we can check it out. You can see a couple of launches. It's going to be a multi-launch family coaster. And that's where it's going to return back into the station. Most likely to drop guests off in the penguin exhibit that we just checked out. But you can see the track goes all the way back. And it actually wraps all the way around Antarctica, all the way back towards where Manta is. It actually gets pretty close to the Manta track too. Again, this whole area was closed for a while, which is actually really nice now that it's open again because you can actually get to parts of the park instead of having to walk all the way around. Hopefully, Penguin Trek does open sooner than later. I know they still have a lot of work to do on the inside, but the fact that they're testing the coaster, which is a good sign for it to actually hopefully open sooner. It says spring. It might be closer to summer, but you never know. So this used to be the old theater for Turtle Trek, the attraction here at SeaWorld. That's been closed for quite a while, and they actually use the theater area now as a coral rehabilitation center where they grow corals and then bring them back out into the wild, which is really cool. You can still see the sea turtles and manatees from under the water. We'll get to that in just a minute. But this, like I said, used to be where you would stand to see the 3D, 360-degree dome 3D video called Turtle Trek. It's actually the opposite way now. You actually enter where you used to exit for a turtle trek to get to the underwater viewing, where last time you would actually go through the entrance and see the turtles and manatees before entering into the 3D screen room that we just were in where the coral was. You can actually see some juvenile manatees up there nursing with their mother. Get out of the way, fish. Thank you. Some big fish in here. There's also some alligator gar. Pretty large catfish. Three turtle pile up here on the turtle exhibit. Recently, here in the shark encounter area of SeaWorld Orlando, they actually just added 2 hammerhead sharks to the exhibit. Hopefully we'll see them once we get to the underwater viewing tunnel with the moving walkway. The rest of it's pretty much the same. They added some new wallpaper and some new exhibits, but it all leads down to that underwater viewing area where you can see the tank that is also attached to Shark's Underwater Grill, which is a really good steakhouse here in SeaWorld Orlando. There's one of the hammerheads. His name is Dylan. You can see the sawfish there. There's the other one right behind it. A couple nurse sharks down here too. And right at the end is where the nurse sharks like to hang out. March of 2019, Sesame Street Land opened here at SeaWorld Orlando. This replaced Shamu's Happy Harbor. It was a big playground and a couple rides. They actually just rethemed those rides to be Sesame Street characters. So this is actually a really cool area because you can actually walk through and shop at Mr. Hooper's store. You can bang on top of the trash can where Oscar the Grouch lives and see if he's home. Elmo might appear in the windows. They built the famous 1-2-3 stoop where you can take really great photos. And then on the other side of the stoop is actually Big Bird's nest, and they do a story time here with Big Bird, and you can do a meet and greet here with Big Bird as well. On top of going up behind it, seeing more Sesame Street characters and interact with them, and doing a lot of fun stuff here as well. Also, on the other side here, you can actually meet characters from Sesame Street. Looks like today in there was Cookie Monster and Grover. They randomly change and they randomly switch out with different characters. And then this is also a really good area for baby care. There's a first aid back here and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. They have some pretty funny posters in here of parodies of Broadway shows like Irk and Scram-A-Lot, Nest Side Story, Furry Boys, hats and costumes. And like I said, you can meet Cookie Monster and Grover in here right now, but they do change out with different characters throughout the day. On top of course, plushes, t-shirts, toys, sunglasses, cups, and anything else you can imagine for kids in the Mr. Hooper store. This used to be the old Wild Arctic attraction. They only really use the inside pre-show area and the loading areas for Hollow Scream now, but rumors are for the next new attraction after Penguin Trek opens, they're going to do something inside of here. I don't know if it's going to be another simulator or if it's going to be a new coaster like they've been doing. You can still go see the animals in Wild Arctic. They're actually located through the gift shop. You can still see the belugas if they're out and the walruses. They were housing the penguins here for a while Antarctica was under refurb. But now that that's reopened, probably the harbor seals are back, and it's still one of the coolest themed areas of the park, just like Sesame Street or Antarctica. You enter through the gift shop and then you go up this ramp that used to be the emergency exit to the exit of the attraction, and you can go see the animals. It's actually pretty cool. You actually go into the overturned ship, and it's all heavily themed down here and feels great. If you look very carefully in the water, you can actually see a beluga whale way back there. And I thought they would be gone, but it looks like the penguins are still in here, even though Antarctica reopened. Now there's two places you can see penguins in Seaworld Orlando. This is a show that they actually brought back by popular demand for the summer and for the 60th.
Not only enhances their lives, but also the lives of their counterparts. So we're going to shine a spotlight on some of our animals today, and we want your help throughout it, because we're going to ask questions. We're gonna have some fun, so feel free to shout out answers. And why don't we get this thing started? We're gonna welcome our first animal in just a moment here, and his trainer, Heather. Hi, Heather. And hello, Boris. This is Boris, and he is a 17-year-old Asian small clawed otter. He is actually the smallest of 13.
Eastern brown pelican. He was actually found in St. Petersburg, Florida in 2010. So he was rescued right here. Now, Panama story, he was found abandoned in a nest, unfortunately. A rescue team did check him out, and his parents weren't coming back for him. So they were able to step in, and they asked Seaworld to give him his forever home.
He is a 20-year-old African ground hornbill. He's gonna knock on this box. Don't be, he always has to check the construction of the box. That is a natural behavior. These guys are definitely going to be knocking around on tree barks, rocks, the dirt. That beak is very solid. It's almost like an ant.
and might make your day even more.
Right on one of the tubes.
For your own safety, please stay in your seats for the entire ride while not smoking or
My regular job, I deliver appliances.
Did you know that SeaWorld has rescued and rehabilitated more than 39,000
Into this
animals?
attached garage.
None of this would be possible without the continued support of partner agencies, park guests like you, as well as people across the globe taking action to protect these amazing animals and their habitats. 24/7, 365 days a year, and we're partnering with local government agencies, conservationists, zoological facilities, and others to rescue and help animals in need of our care. Always with the support of
And are you with that?
There's so much more to see.
And then I'll meet you up there.
Welcome, adventurers. Today is a special day, for the tide has risen in celebration of SeaWorld's 60th anniversary. Join us for our parade coming ashore right now. Get ready to celebrate. It's the So Much More to See parade. Starting off on a new adventure.
So thank you for joining us today as we explored SeaWorld Orlando. There's still so much more to see here at the park, no pun intended, haha. And we're definitely going to be coming back to do more videos like this. But we got to see the new parade and some new stuff in the parks. We got to see the recently reopened Antarctica and a couple other cool things. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. It helps us out where we can keep producing more videos like this. Like this video, share this video, and if you want to let us know where else you'd like us to see covered, we got a lot more fun videos coming up. So hopefully y'all will join us. We'll see you in the future.